magnitude of the importance of silence extends far beyond the simple preservation of privacy. The video immerses us in an in-depth reflection on the need to remember certain facets of our existence, such as our most intimate projects, our deepest apprehensions, and our personal fragilities. She invites us to consider silence as a conscious act of preservation, a thoughtful strategy for navigating the twists and turns of life. Digging deeper, we discover that this restraint goes beyond simply protecting against immediate negative consequences. It becomes a form of wisdom, a way of cultivating inner strength by preserving our dreams, our aspirations, and our personal struggles. The underlying idea is that certain elements of our journey should be kept secret, not out of suspicion, but out of concern for preserving the creative energy necessary to achieve our goals. Silence, in this context, becomes a web on which our projects are woven, allowing our ideas to mature without being stifled by premature external judgments. It's a deliberate practice that reminds us of the importance of carefully choosing the confidants of our dreams, the people we can trust absolutely. Thus, beyond simple protection against unwanted fallout, the video explores silence as a tool for personal growth, a way of sculpting our trajectory with discernment and foresight. It encourages us to view silence not as a passive reserve, but as an active act of preserving our integrity and our creative power, the mysteries of discretion in the accomplishment of objectives. This recommendation goes beyond simple prudence. She explores the complex nuances surrounding the preservation of long-term projects. Indeed, the underlying idea is that these designs, often fragile and in the making, deserve a protective cocoon before being exposed to broad daylight. By broadening our perspective, we can view this caution as a strategic strategy. It functions as a shield against premature views and external negative energies, which could compromise the very genesis of our aspirations. It is a conscious act of restraint, a silent declaration that some dreams require gestation free from outside influences before fully revealing themselves. Furthermore, this recommendation also highlights the discouraging potential of hasty disclosure. When our plans are exposed too early, not only do they become vulnerable to early criticism, but they can also be subject to unwanted diversion. Others might appropriate our ideas, improve them, or even implement them before us, thereby undermining our own path to achievement. Thus, the essence of keeping these aspirations secret lies in a deep understanding of the complex dynamics that accompany the realization of goals. It is a deliberate act that aims to preserve the purity of dreams until they have reached the maturity necessary to face the outside world. Ultimately, it becomes a way to protect the inner flame that fuels our ambitions before sharing them with the rest of the world. The subtlety of choice in sharing personal challenges. The enlightened guidance offered here transcends simple prudence. She delves into the complexity of the process of sharing our most intimate fears and weaknesses. This recommendation highlights the critical importance of carefully selecting trusted people or competent professionals before revealing these vulnerable aspects of our being. As we broaden our thinking, we realize that this deliberate choice is not only a matter of confidence, but also a skillful strategy for preserving our emotional energy and avoiding unwanted backlash. Indeed, openly sharing our fears and weaknesses with an uninformed circle can expose these weaknesses to negative opinions, potentially hindering our personal advancement. This recommendation is thus presented as an invitation to exercise selective discernment in the choice of confidants, favoring an environment of support and understanding rather than judgment. It's a deliberate way of protecting our inner world, of ensuring that our vulnerabilities are received with empathy rather than criticism. Ultimately, selectively sharing personal challenges becomes a conscious move to preserve our emotional integrity and foster constructive dialogue. It's a poignant reminder of the profound impact our relationship choices can have on our emotional well-being, highlighting the importance of caution in sharing our inner battles. The finesse of reserve in highlighting the way of life. This advice transcends simple caution to delve into the heart of the complexity surrounding the sharing of our lifestyle. It highlights the need to celebrate our personal achievements without succumbing to the incessant quest for external approval. The underlying idea is that sharing parts of our lives should be selective, guided by genuine interest rather than a constant search for approval. As we dig deeper, we realize that this recommendation goes well beyond simple public image management. It's an invitation to live our lives without succumbing to the pressure of constantly proving our worth to others. Indeed, selectively sharing aspects of our lives creates space for authentic discussions, thus avoiding appearing pretentious. This deliberate approach encourages us to recognize that each individual has areas of his or her life in control, and that happiness lies in personal celebration rather than the constant quest for external approval. She suggests that sharing our successes should be a natural response to genuine interest, creating meaningful interactions and avoiding the trap of bragging. In short, discretion in sharing lifestyle becomes an authentic way of living, free from external expectations. It is a reminder of the richness of our individual experiences and the power of a life lived for oneself, rather than for the approval of others. The delicate handling of family problems elevates itself into profound wisdom, deploying captivating advice that transcends simple prudence. This precept invites us to deep reflection on how we should navigate the complexities of family conflict, providing an informed perspective on the need for a mindful approach. He perceptively warns against the temptation to discuss family matters openly, emphasizing the relevance of doing so only when seeking advice or professional help. By broadening our understanding, this recommendation turns into a valuable lesson on the prevention of emotional and relational pitfalls, evoking the delicacy necessary to preserve balance within the family. This nuanced approach weaves into the emotional fabric of family relationships, highlighting the critical importance of preserving emotional well-being. It is not limited to avoiding toxic environments, but emphasizes the essential role of confidentiality in preserving emotional harmony. The recommendation thus proves to be a deep dive into understanding the intricacies surrounding family issues. She reminds us that opening the doors to these issues can often trigger unwanted repercussions, and therefore, even in seeking professional advice, the discussion must be conducted selectively. It is an invitation to maintain confidentiality with trusted people, thus shaping a supportive space respectful of privacy. In conclusion, the careful handling of family problems becomes a captivating illustration of emotional wisdom, a deliberate recognition of the need to create protective boundaries while preserving the emotional health of individuals involved in the complex web of family relationships.